Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
This is Brother Ashaya.
Brother Tazaya.
And we are the Hebrew Israelites coming out of GMS Mississippi Gulf Coast. First and foremost, we're going to give infinite honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Akwadesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect out there. The title of this lesson is just going to be going into we ought to obey the Lord, and just get straight to it. Lord willing, we hope this lesson is edifying. This is 1 Samuel 15. And just go into it, because Samuel was told by the Lord to tell Saul to go slay smite the Amalekites. And Saul didn't do exactly what was told to him by the Lord, man. And it says, now, thus said the Lord of hosts, I remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt. Now go smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that have, and spare them not, but slay both man and women, infant and suckling ox and sheep and camel and ass. But Saul didn't do that, man. Saul did he did half of what the Lord told him to do, and half is not enough. He didn't slay the oxen and stuff like that, man, because he went with what the people wanted and not what the Lord wanted. And this is let me get it. Okay, here it is. Because this is basically Samuel told him, he didn't obey the Lord, man. And this is verse 20. I'm going down to verse 20. It says, and Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of the Lord, and have gone the way which the Lord sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of the Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took a spoil, sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto the Lord thy God in Gilgal. But see, the Lord told him to destroy everything, but the people wanted to use it for a burnt offering, and Saul went with that, like, okay. But see, that wasn't the order that the Lord had set forth for him to do. And verse 22, and Samuel had said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord? So it's a burnt sacrifice. Samuel said it's a burnt sacrifice, more delight, more better than obeying what the Lord said to do. You telling me just because you offering up a burnt sacrifice, that means more than what you, instead of doing what you was told to do in the first place by the Lord? Behold, to obey is better than to sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For your rebellion is as sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and adultery. So Samuel said rebellion is just as bad, on the same level. Rebellion against the Lord is on the same level as sin of witchcraft. And stubbornness, doing what you want to do and how you feel, is just as bad as iniquity and adultery. Because thou hast rejected the word of the Lord, he hath also rejected thee from being king, man. And the Lord rejected Saul from being king because what? He didn't hearken on to what the Lord told him to do in the first place, man. And you can relate that to now, man. Our people, man, they want to do what they want to do and how they want to do, and they don't want to obey the Lord and what he said to do, man. And as Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it tells us the whole duty of the man is to keep the Lord's commandments and serve him, man. We ought to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's it, man. All that other shit, man, doesn't mean anything, man. But serving the Lord is what we ought to do, man. Obey the Lord and what he says. You got something, brother?
Oh, come on, yeah. I got something.
You need me to get it? I'll get it.
I got it right here.
Okay.
This is a real simple one. This is Luke 6 and 46. It says, and why ye call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things which I say. Mm-hmm. That's just a quick one, quick free. So you can't, how can you say you serving the Lord and you're not obedient to him. You're not hearkening to his voice, man.
Right.
You're not doing what he's telling you to do. You leaning on your own understanding, you know.
Right.
And what it say? Not taking any of the Lord's counsel or the Lord's reproof.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just bagging you up on that.
Okay, you got it.
One more.
Mm-hmm.
One more. This is.
What is it?
This is it's right here.
What is it?
This is James 1:22.
I get it. James 1:22. It says, Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
Right. Hey, to be doers of the word, not only hearers. See, Saul was hearing Samuel what heard what the Lord told him to do, but what did he do? You know, versus what he done. He didn't hearken. You know, his actions proved that he basically showed his faith by his works, man. Because he didn't hearken all the way into the voice of the Lord and accomplish that he told him to do. He told you to slay everything. He didn't tell you just go destroy him and take you a little substance and take you a wife or a cow or two, you know, to be sacrificed or whatnot. You know, hey, the Lord requires obedience, man. He requires usury. That's all I ain't gonna.
Right. And I'm gonna get the online etymology of obedience, man. Obedience, it says the practice or virtue of submission to a higher power or authority. You know, so we ought to be submissive to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, submit ourselves to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You know, so we can be counted worthy in those times, man. You know, and that was the thing, man. Saul, he didn't submit himself, man. No. He put his trust in the people, man, before he put his trust in the Lord. And that's the wrong thing to do. That's going to get you caught up. This Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding, man. So leaning onto your own understanding, what you feel or what you think is right, that is not how we're supposed to be moving, man. We're supposed to be trusting in the Lord and do what thus said the Lord do, man. You know? And that's why just things like this, rejecting the word, is going to get you destroyed. And the famous precept, Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing that thou hast forgotten thy law of thy God, I will also forget thy children, man. So in that time, in that calamity, man, these times that we are coming into, man, you're going to be forgotten, man. You're going to get left behind. And you're going to get caught up in that destruction, man. Because you didn't obey. You wasn't obedient to the word. You didn't care about what the Lord had to say, man. What his man that he sent forth to bring this message to you had to say, man. You got something?
Yeah. You'll get that John 14:21.
Come on, I got you.
Verse 21 and that hobby.
Come on, It says, John 14:21, he that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he is that loveth me.
Right.
And he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father. And I will love him and will manifest myself to him.
Right, man. So, hey, obedience to the Lord, hey, you know that if you love the Lord, well, you will keep his commandments, man. That's being obedient and hearkening to him, man. And not, like I was saying the last go round, not leaning on your own understanding, man. Because that's exactly what happened to Saul.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He thought he can do what he can do. You know what I'm saying? And not obey the voice of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Half-assed it, man.
Right.
You don't want to half-ass anything, man. We want to be loved of the Father, man, because that's great. We just listened to that video that the Elder Ayas was doing, and basically he was going into, you know, hey, the wrath of the Lord, you know, won't be appeased until he has set out and accomplished it. But it's coming off the elect, and we putting on the mercies of David, the sure mercies of David. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we want to be loved by the Lord. We want the Lord. Hey, we want the Lord to deliver us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it just makes sense to just do what he asks.
That's it, man.
To do what he asks. The Lord tell you keep the commandments to the best of your ability. Shit, keep the commandments to the best of your ability, man.
What is that gonna hurt?
Right. Put down that goddamn shrimp, crab, lobster.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
Put down
something,
that
man.
worldly ass shit.
Right.
You know, that superfluity, that excess. Take that shit off, man. And hearken unto the voice of the Lord and be obedient to him. What you got it, brother?
You know, be obedient to the Lord, man. Do what's required of you, man. It's not hard, man. And don't trust in what everybody else say or what everybody else think, man. What did Yahweh Shema say? What does the scripture say, man? What was that scripture? The grafted word which is able to save your soul.
That's James 1:21.
Yeah, James 1:21. What it said, wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity, naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your souls, man. The Lord's word, man. Yahweh Shema word, man. Take hold to that, man. Cleave unto that. That is what is going to save you, man. Fearing the Lord, man. You know, I remember it was a lesson I did. Fearing the Lord helps, man. Because when you fear something, you're going to be obedient to it because you don't want to upset it. You know? And you know, we don't want to upset the Lord, man. We want to do what we have to do, man. And that's serve him. Be obedient to Yahweh Shema, man. This is Acts 5:29. I'm just get this. And I ended with that. It says, then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey Yahweh Shema rather than man. And what Saul did, Saul obeyed man's opinion because they felt as if it was better to offer this as a burnt offering. Then you avoided everything that the Lord told you supposed to do, man, because you wanted to obey man and go with what they felt and what they thought instead of what the Lord told you, man. What the Lord thought was right, you didn't care. And with your actions being disobedient comes punishment, man. Remember that, man. I'm gonna get this. You got it. What it was?
Exodus 23:2.
Exodus 23:2. This is Exodus 23:2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
Going to that word rest, W-R-E. It basically means to distort the true meaning of something. You know, to take away, to try to what they call it, to bend, trying to bend the judgment.
Here
you know
it is.
Oh, yeah.
Rest, to twist, to bend, to turn.
Right, man. What did Saul do? You know, he was saying he basically followed the multitude. He feared the people. Yep. He said, "I fear the people, not the Lord." Right,
and he was also trying to like bend it. Yep. And make it like I did serve the Lord. The Lord told me to kill the Amalekites. I killed the Amalekites. Now the Lord ain't just tell you to just kill the Amalekites. He said kill everything. Yeah. Father, mother, child, and the oxen. He didn't just tell you just to kill the Amalekites and then take the burnt offerings, and then he kept the king.
He kept the king. He wrested the judgment.
Right.
You know, the Lord gave you the direct order. Mm-hmm. You know, he gave you what to do. But you twisted it and made the purpose not even the Lord's purpose no more. It wasn't even his will no more.
Right.
You done twisted it. You try to make it the Lord's will when that wasn't the Lord's will.
Right.
The Lord told you what? Do this. Or in Saul's case, kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I got got something. I'm in it with this. This is Psalms 118:9. It is better to trust in the Lord. It's better to do what? Trust in the Lord than to put confidence in princes. In the Psalms, I'm going to go to verse 8. It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Man failed you every time. This is that what I read in the beginning was in Samuel, man. That's way back, man. And then still in today's time, people are putting trust in what? Man. This system, the president, all this BS, man. But they're not putting trust in the Lord, man. They'll rather go get that jabbing than to put trust in the Lord to where I don't need it. The Lord gonna make a way. You see, listening to everybody else, but what the Lord's saying, man. You know, and we supposed to obey Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And with that, I'm gonna give infinite honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Rakah Akwadesh. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the whole elect out there. Ba for Ba. Kwam Yashala. DTA. Shalom.